Nigeria Air logo scam. BOOOMM. Ethiopian Airlines reveals how Buhari government asked them to paint Nigeria Air logo on their aircraft. The Group Chief Executive Officer of Ethiopian Airlines, Mr. Mesfin Teso, has shed more light on the controversy around the setting up of Nigeria Air. Speaking on the involvement of the East African airline in the setting up of Nigeria Air, Teso said they almost withdrew, but the government insisted it should continue with the process. Niger News recalls that the Minister of Aviation under ex-President Muhammadu Buhari-led government, Senator Hadi Seriki, floated the airline on May 27. Days after the unveiling, it was discovered that a plane belonging to ET was used to conduct a demonstration flight against the dictate of the process for the establishment of a new airline. Teso, while addressing some Nigerian journalists in Addis Ababa, said that the East African carrier never had any plan to set up an airline in Nigeria but was invited by Buhari's government to establish a national carrier, Nigeria Air. It also explained that the federal government requested that the Nigeria Air logo be painted on the Ethiopian Airlines aircraft for inspection, and the airline agreed. He said, at one point, the leadership of Nigeria Air, which doesn't include Ethiopian Airlines, asked us to bring aircraft painted with the Nigerian logo to facilitate the progress of the air operator certificate. So, we agreed with that. We took out one of our aircraft, we painted it with the Nigerian logo, and we flew it. It was for demonstration by the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority, NCA, for their inspection. So, after 2 days, we brought back the aircraft, repainted it with the Ethiopian logo, and it was flying. So, while we were here, waiting for the decision of the court, there was a change of government that took place. He said the airline at first resisted the invitation to set up the airline but later agreed due to the long relationship it has with Nigeria, where it operates in 4 cities. He said while Ethiopian Airlines and the Nigerian government were preparing the shareholding, it received a message that some companies and airlines in Nigeria were defaming Ethiopian Airlines and the federal government and had gone to court and obtained a court order to stop the establishment of Nigeria Air. This prompted Ethiopian Airlines to want to withdraw, but the Nigerian government insisted that it should continue the process of establishing the national carrier for the most populous nation in Africa. The Group Chief Executive Officer of Ethiopian Airlines said that until now the airline had not decided whether to continue the process to establish Nigeria Air, but the federal government said it should continue with the groundwork until the court vacates the order, insisting that it was not cancelling the project. Teso emphasized that Nigeria Air was already established before Ethiopian Airlines was invited to partner with it. He also noted that Nigerians would benefit hugely from the national carrier if eventually established, because the federal government said that Nigeria does not have dependable airlines in the domestic and international markets. Teso said Ethiopian Airlines didn't have any intention or plan to set up an airline in Nigeria. In May of 2022, when I took my current responsibility as Group CEO, a request came from the Nigerian government asking Ethiopian Airlines to participate in a bid and help the Nigerian government set up a Nigerian flag carrier. It came in writing. Initially, we didn't want to go into that. We said we have other initiatives in other countries and we were busy. But the Nigerian government insisted that Ethiopian Airlines is an African airline. It has to help the Nigerian government in setting up the national carrier. So, we had to respect them. We served the Nigerian public and government by flying to 4 cities in Nigeria. We couldn't say no, we cannot come and help you. So, we had to submit a proposal. We had to respect the Nigerian government. And we thought that the Nigerian government had choices, ET being one, because they had also requested other airlines in the Middle East and Europe to participate in the bid. I don't know whether they participated or not. We submitted our proposal and we received a letter from the Ministry of Aviation saying that Ethiopian Airlines had been selected to be a partner to set up the airline. Then the Nigerian government wanted the structure of investors to be Nigerian investing institutions, and the Nigerian government wanted only 5% shares to ensure that they have a presence in the airline and to facilitate the establishment of the airline. We had a lot of discussions, and we agreed, but we had some differences in some points. And while we were preparing the shareholder agreement, then we heard that some companies in Nigeria, including airlines, started defaming and objecting to the establishment of the airline and defaming the name of the government and Ethiopian Airlines. At that time, we thought that if the Nigerian government didn't want it, the Nigerian public didn't want it, we could as well withdraw. But the Nigerian government insisted that no, that this is a strategic issue for Nigeria and we have to continue. When this group of people went to court and brought a court order, we had to defend ourselves. We had to go to the court, together with the Nigerian government, including the Ministry of Transport. We had to defend ourselves. So, until now, it is not yet decided. As far as we know, it is under the court. But the Nigerian government insisted that we had to continue the background work until the court case gets a decision. Nigeria Air was established before us. It was already established by the Nigerian government before we were invited. It has its own leadership, it was doing a lot of things, it had started requesting the Air Operator Certificate (AOC) and making preparations. So, when we came in, it was a matter of restructuring the ownership of Nigeria Air. For your information, the logo was already defined by them. It was not by Ethiopian Airlines. And we thought that if Nigeria Air is established, the benefit would be for the Nigerian public and the Nigerian government. Because when we talked to the Nigerian government, why do you want to set up a new airline? They said they don't have dependable airlines within Nigeria and they wanted an airline that can provide dependable service that departs and arrives on time, that doesn't cancel flights on the domestic market and also on the international market. The Nigerian government believes that airfares charged by foreign airlines are so high that the Nigerian public is at a disadvantage. So, the intention of the Nigerian government was to set up a very, very strong, reliable, dependable national carrier that services both the domestic market and the international. And we believe in it. That is why we wanted to move forward with it. Teso said the federal government promised to get back to Ethiopian Airlines with a decision and the East African carrier agreed. He added, in the first place, it was not our initiative, it was the initiative of the government. Now, if the government wants us to cancel the project, it is fine with us. We have no problem. If the government wants us to continue with the project, the government has to solve the legal case in court. Otherwise, we are willing to support the Nigerian government in the establishment of the national carrier. So, we leave the decision to the Nigerian government. We have no issues, we will not be disappointed if it is cancelled. We are just there to help. And if the parties ask us to help change their mind, or change their strategy, we are fine with that. This is what we told the minister, that we respect whatever decision of the Nigerian government. But in our opinion, what has been said in the media is completely wrong. If we go there, our goal is not to kill Nigerian Airlines, absolutely not. We have no intention of killing Nigerian Airlines. Definitely, we have to set up a reliable airline. We have to provide a service that fits the needs of the Nigerian public. In fact, they have to be strong. If these airlines cannot be strong, they cannot compete. If they cannot compete, then some of them can go out of business. It is not peculiar to air transport business, in any business where there is competition. The stronger ones will grow, and the weaker ones will get dwarfed. So, a strong airline will force the other airlines to revisit their efficiency, to revisit their operation, to provide more dependable service from which at the end of the day the Nigerian public will benefit. So, they said if Ethiopian Airlines comes, it will kill us. No. We have no intention of killing them but to provide good service. And some say no, they will come with all their old aircraft. No, that is wrong. We will come with good young airplanes. It may not just be brand new but airplanes like the Boeing 737 MAX. In fact, hoping that the airline will materialize, we had signed lease agreements from Canada to lease 3 737 MAX, which are 1.5 years old. They are brand new aircraft. Now, Nigeria said no, we don't need it.